Right, now if somebody somewhere or on here ideally can make this make sense to me, I'll be very grateful. Well, actually, I suspect I know why this has happened. It's two-tier justice. There is a two-tier policing and justice system in this country operating quite openly and shamelessly. And it doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon. Now, we all know who Lawrence Fox is, in my opinion. He does and says things which make him his own worst enemy to a degree. I think you'd agree on that one. And isn't it odd, he has more brushes with the law now that he's openly right-wing and against woke tripe than he has ever had before. And the other person involved in this nonsense is Narinder Kaur. We all know who she is. She is like a professional race baiter. She gets wheeled out onto radio shows and things like GB News and Talk Radio, etc., where she has been allowed, especially on social media, to say the most revolting racist crap against Caucasian British people for quite some time. If there's anyone who needs their collar felt, it's her, desperately. She's like a professional race-baiting antagonist. There's no logic or reason in her arguments. She likes to blame British people for anything she sees as social injustice. And, you know, wokeism for me is people who see social injustice where they don't exist. And Narinder Kaur sees it everywhere. She's like a professional race victim in a way, which does real victims of racism no favours whatsoever. So, Lawrence Fox has been charged with a sexual offence for sharing an upskirting picture of Narinder Kaur. Now let me be clear, upskirting is disgusting, it's vile, you are a pervert if you do it, and you need serious jail time, if you ask me. But this, I think, is a completely different thing, because this particular photo, taken by somebody years ago, of Narinder Kaur sat in a taxi wearing no knickknacks, has been in the public domain for years. It's been everywhere, she's even shared it herself. And my question is this, why hasn't the guy who took the photo been arrested or spoken to by the police at least? Why hasn't everyone else? I mean, it's been shared on X countless times, even more so now to wind her up by other people. But why Lawrence Fox and why now? I'll tell you why, is because Narinder Kaur doesn't like him. He does outwit her every time on X. In fact, that's not a hard thing to do, because I think she has the IQ of a blown light bulb. And there are many other photos of Narinder Kaur flashing her bits, her boobies, etc. To the camera, and not a peep, not a complaint. But because it's Lawrence Fox, and Lawrence Fox is another bogeyman for the left, they hate him, don't they, so much, that Narinder Kaur took this opportunity to cry victimhood. She cried about it for weeks on end on X, and used it as a legal stick to beat Lawrence Fox with. And the justice system in this country were only too happy to oblige. And the CPS, the Criminal Prosecution Service, they seriously need to have a word with whoever decided to bring charges against Lawrence Fox, of all people, for this. Why him? I'll tell you why. It's because the CPS is filled with people who are more politically aligned with Narinder Kaur, I suspect. And growing up, I remember a time when if you flashed yourself, then you were considered a wrong-un. You know, you were the criminal, but not now. Someone like Narinder Kaur can do it multiple times, share the photos, cries when somebody she doesn't like shares it and uses it against her in an argument, and then she's the victim. It's nuts, isn't it? Welcome to Bonkers Britain 2024. And like I said in the beginning, if somebody can make it make sense, I'd be very grateful. And there we go. I'm Paz49. Thanks for watching, and until the next time, Roger Trout.